Back to another episode of the Dropback Podcast. But this episode's a little different and a little shorter. Today I'll be not breaking down, but I'll be seeing if the Steelers are legit in my opinions on it as a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. And do I think they're legit? So let's just jump right into it. So as you can see here, the Steelers are 3-1. And throughout 4 games, we've only lost 1. Which we shouldn't even have lost the Colts game. I'll start off with talking about the Colts game first. I think the Steelers could have won this game easily if Anthony Richardson was still in. Penalties derailed us. It's really bad. Our penalties are destroying our offense right now. But yeah, that Mitch Fitzpatrick INT, or not INT, but that penalty was not a penalty. It should not have been a flag. TJ Watt got held this entire game. But you cannot blame it on the refs. Ultimately, I hate when people blame things on the ref. And I'm not going to become that guy where, oh, the refs. No. But yeah, it was our performance. We started off real slow on defense. They got some big yardages on us. But yeah, the change at quarterback I really think affected us. But yeah, that was our first loss. I think it was a fluke loss, honestly. I'm not too worried. But our first 3 games, we held teams to an average of 8-point-something points per game, which is really good. And our points against average right now is 13.3, which is phenomenal. I think our defense is playing incredible right now. But before we jump into the defense, I want to talk about our offense firstly. And I want to talk about this man right here, Justin Fields. Going into the season, I wanted Russell Wilson to start because he's a veteran, see what we have from Russell Wilson. But he wasn't healthy. And now looking at it, I don't think we should start Russell Wilson this whole season. Let Fields cook, ultimately. Fields, his stats aren't incredible. They're not outstanding. But if you watch the games, it's just he adds so much to our offense. He adds the running aspect to it, where we can throw in read option or QB, just a QB run, and it's just phenomenal to watch, honestly. This is the best Justin Fields we've seen. His accuracy is phenomenal this past season, which we haven't seen. But I think the major change in Justin Fields is the actual team. I just feel like Justin Fields was tired of Chicago. And his interview, I'll pull it up right here.
Coaching Pittsburgh or Chicago?
I think shows. It really shows that, Justin Fields was tired of Chicago, and it was the coaching. And that interception was kind of a fluke interception there. But yeah, I think Justin Fields is playing phenomenal. Not worried about him. But our big thing on offense, our rushing game's pretty good. Najee, I could see him leaving by the end of the year. Not by next offseason. But what I think this offense needs is more weapons. George Pickens, you can see here, is our leading yards receiver. No surprise. But then it's Pat Freiermuth. Then it's Calvin Austin. Then it's our running back. Our running back with 84 yards. That is pitiful. Jefferson cannot be your wide receiver 2. He just cannot be your wide receiver 2. That cannot be your wide receiver 2 ultimately. It just cannot be. And Roman Wilson is I think is projected to play next week. So I cannot wait to watch him play. But still, we need more weapons on the offensive side of the ball. Our offensive line is struggling a bit. Injuries has killed us. But compared to all the other teams in the league, we rank 18th, 317.8 yards per game. Not great. I would love to see more out of this team. And I think we will see more. But what I love from this offense so far, besides last week, each week our offense looks better and better and better, which I love to see. And that's a big thing. How do I think Arthur Smith is doing? I think he could be better. I think he could. Matt Canada showed out in that last game. Matt Canada wasn't the coach, but you know what I'm saying if you watch the game. But yeah, Arthur Smith at times can be a little bit too conservative. So I'd like to see him get more aggressive on the offensive side of the ball. More deep balls to George Pickens or even Calvin Austin. I have hope in Calvin Austin. I think Calvin Austin can be a great wide receiver. Maybe not great, but a solid 2 or 3 wide receiver. Our defense, my boy right here, Mitza Fitzpatrick. If I had a TJ Watt jersey, I would be wearing this in this episode, but I'm not. I don't. But I am really impressed by our defense. I thought our corners were going to struggle a bit, and they really aren't. I thought that was what's going to hold our defense back. But it really isn't. And I'm obviously happy about Deshaun Elliott. You see, leading the league or leading the team in tackles. Elliott's been playing great. There's no ifs or ands or buts about it. Honestly, Deshaun Elliott, a dog throughout these 4 games. Love to see it. Mitza Fitzpatrick, one of, if not the best safety in this league. Patrick Queen helped the linebacker core. Love to see it. But a guy that's not on here is Peyton Willis. I wanted to talk about, or Peyton Wilson, 2nd or 3rd round pick, and he's playing great. I love what I'm seeing from Peyton Wilson. So is this football team legit? I think so. I really think so. And I'm just going to predict the next 4 games because I will be doing a video during our bye week talking about this team again. So Cowboys, I think we could honestly win all 4 of these games. But the 2 games I am worried about are the Jets and Cowboys. Not even the Cowboys, honestly. I'm more worried about the Raiders, which is crazy. But yeah, I'm honestly nervous watching any Steelers game because we were supposed to win the Colts game and we didn't. But I think this team could win the AFC North. I really think so, especially from what we've seen from these other teams. We're obviously first in our division here, and I think we can win. I think we can win our division. I think the Steelers are legit. And I think they're a scary team, but thank y'all for watching this video, and yeah, make sure to check out our podcast if you haven't already. Go and give that a listen on any platform that you listen to podcasts on. We'll catch it on YouTube, so go give that a listen if you haven't already. But yeah, thank you for watching this episode.